Hello, I'm Emma. I'm the English Literature teacher at KGV. Studying English Literature at KGV is so massively different from school. It is one of those subjects which it really takes off at A level. So we, of course, look at the three types of poetry, prose and drama, which you would expect in English literature, but in a different way. So we're going beyond the sort of simplistic analysis of language and the little bits of structure that you might touch upon, and going really deep into the individual types of English that you won't have come across before. So for instance, you will look at dramas and you'll look at the very particular things that are classed as drama and the different ins and outs of stagecraft, and really getting into things that you mightn't have touched on in as much detail at GCSE. And the same with the poetry and the novels that we look at as well. There's lots of different terminology that you will use and lots of different things that you will do in terms of your text analysis that you won't have come across at GCSE. So it's that next step. It does make it more interesting, it makes it really varied. So hopefully you really enjoy getting deep into the texts. In addition, alongside your kind of usual analysis techniques and looking at the different literary devices that a writer uses, we also have a lot of theory that we introduce at A level as well. So again, that's something that's very different from what you've probably looked at before. We look at literary critics, we look at theory as well, so things like feminism we bring into our analysis, and looking at feminist interpretations of text and how that might differ from and sort of traditional audiences' views and that type of thing. So it is very different in that respect. I love teaching English literature. It's been my passion since I was at school. Right back in high school, my English teacher was brilliant, and he instilled a passion for studying anything to do with literature in me from 11 or 12 years old, and it's continued since then. And it's just great to spend most of my time looking into texts that I enjoy and hopefully instilling that passion in my students as well. Okay, so a typical week in English literature lessons is very varied. You can expect to be doing different things all of the time, and it will change depending on what type of text we're doing as well. So if we're doing drama, then you might be having to act out some of the dramatic scenes to really get a sense of how it's meant to be performed on stage. If you're doing poetry, then you'll be doing lots of different interpretations of the stanzas. You'll be working in groups. You might be asked to read it out as well, because it's important to hear some of the poems, especially if they've got quite a lot of sound imagery in there as well. Lots of group analysis, lots of debate going on. We like to see the interpretations and who has different opinions of the work as well, because that's one of the fundamental things about English literature is that it is open to interpretation, and that everybody has their own ideas about a text, and we want to hear those. So there'll be plenty of room for debate. So if you like to argue and you like to put your views across, then that's something that you should hopefully enjoy during the lessons at KGV.